Well, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. The jig is up. The jig is up on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, nobody probably actually heard of this before George Floyd back in 2020. This whole thing was made up to virtue signal. There is no demand out there for DEI jobs. It's not really a job, man. It's not. It's all a virtue signal. And I believe, that diversity hires simply for the purpose of diversity is going to fail every single time, because you're not actually going out there and getting people that are the most qualified. You're going out there, you're getting people based on skin color, and it's on prime display, in the Joe Biden administration. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden told you, yeah, I'm going to pick a black woman. Cringe Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, her only qualifications are that she's black, she's a lesbian, she's an immigrant. She is the worst at her job in history. And Kamala Harris is also a disaster as well. Diversity, equity, and inclusion does not work. This thing was just put out there to get the least qualified people. All you had to have was the right skin color, the right sexuality. That was pretty much it. And all these companies, man, they were flocking out there to virtue signal. Even universities. Texas actually outlawed DEI because let's just be clear. It violates the Civil Rights Act. The Supreme Court overturned affirmative action, and because Asian students weren't getting admitted, even though they were actually qualified to some of these quote unquote prestigious universities. It's all backfired. Now, social media, same thing. This stuff does not work. They knew it. And in 2023, the George Floyd effect seems to be dying. Check this out, guys. Google Facebook /DEI programs in 2023. It's all over with, man. It is all over with. All of this because of George Floyd, a man that OD'd, was engaged in criminal activity. He had to be uplifted. So therefore, George Floyd, in their opinion, died because of quote unquote systemic racism, not because he was actually committing crimes. Even though we know he was committing crimes, he ingested fentanyl. The toxicology report from the autopsy even said that. Actually, the initial one said nothing about him dying because of the knee on his neck. Yeah. But it says here, big tech giants, including Google and Facebook, drastically cut their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs this year, in some cases slashing DEI budgets by as much as 90%. CNBC reports. Yeah, it was a waste of money. The About Face consultants say it's due to a growing skepticism in the nation towards DEI, the Supreme Court's ruling in June to make affirmative action at institutions of higher learning illegal, and budget cuts. DEI executives, for their part, blame woke backlash for the reversal. Some argue if diverse people are not equally representative at companies, especially in the C-suite ahead of the artificial intelligence revolution, AI will merely cement these divisions for posterity. George Floyd, here we go, right here. In 2020, when Google first embraced DEI, CEO Sundar Pichai said the goal was to build sustainable equity for Google's Black Plus community. What does that even mean? Black Plus community? I don't know. And externally, to make our products helpful in the moments that matter most to Black users. Close quote. Wow. Yeah. Corporate America jumped on the DEI bandwagon right after the death of George Floyd. Now, of course, they're actually, I'm going to say it's their showing's fault, but let's just be real. He OD'd here, okay? But anyway, with major corporations pledging to invest millions of dollars each year to become more diverse, Google vowed to increase the representation of underrepresented groups in leadership by 30% by 2025, doubling Black workers at non-senior levels by the time. See, hiring people strictly because of skin color. Anyway, look here. It says in June 2020, in a letter to Meta employees, COO Sheryl Sandberg said the company was committed to hiring 30% more people of color and expanding Black leaders by 30% by 2025. Quote, achieving racial justice and equality is a goal we all share, a goal that we will take real work to achieve. Man, my goodness. Sandberg wrote. By the middle of 2023, DEI-related job postings were down 44% from a year prior, according to job site Indeed. A 180-degree reversal from 2020 and 2021, when these types of jobs listings were expanding by 30%. Yeah, it is all backfired. Both Google and Meta have since laid off DEI staff and downsized these programs. Yeah, there was no demand for these jobs, guys. In a nutshell, there was no demand for this stuff. This stuff was nothing more than a virtue signal. And it all backfired, guys. It completely backfired. Amazing. All in the name of a criminal. A criminal that refused to comply with police, ingested drugs. And then they said, oh, the system is racist. We need to do something, man. We need to help those Black folks out because we feel like we're racist. Yeah. DEI was always a fraud. It was always going to fail. This was not going to be sustainable long term because there is no demand for DEI. It is not a real job. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.